I've
control
suggested
burning.
that before.
So would Dave write that up to present to the ones that owe about
I don't know who's gonna write it
Amy
up.
would- Well, wouldn't it be? Amy?
Village administrator should be in charge of all this.
So you take their bill, like each individual person, you do a specific letter for each individual person. Say,
Yeah.
This is your bill. We have a 1/6 payment plan. You pay 1/6 now. We add 1/6 onto your bill for the next 5 months until it's all paid off. And this is our last attempt
lien
at
is put
trying
on
to
your
get,
property.
before a lien is put on your property.
I think mostly we've already put a lien, I'd have to check with Amy, but I think we've already put liens on all these properties.
Oh.
Most of the people that haven't paid
Oh,
are already on from previous years.
So basically what you're telling me is you're gonna put liens on people's property that don't pay, and I'm gonna pay extra because they don't.
That's what's
Basically.
happening, yeah.
That's Bidenomics.
Yeah.
don't you love that, man?
Well, that's what we're creating right here.
It just seems a shame to me that I got a nasty gram because my payment was late, even though the village had already cashed the check, and we're debating on whether to turn people's stuff off.
Yeah. Well. I guess council's making decision on just letting it go, if that's what it is. Or you're gonna have Tim do all this work. I know the result.
I'd like to have them presented the payment plan.
Did you say a couple of them are in the thousands?
Yes.
So 1/6 of thousands is gonna get, they're gonna pay?
No.
I doubt it.
This is the biggest issue the village has right now. And just passing the buck is not getting it fixed. And I don't know how to get it fixed.
What do you think, Tim?
What's the most?
Huh?
How much is the highest one? Do you know?
3,000, I think.
Without Amy here, I don't know exactly what the number is.
I don't know.
3,016 is 500.
You
Well, yeah,
could,
she did send an email, didn't she?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
if you did take that person to court, you got judgment, you put a lien on their property, you give them a certain amount of time to pay. If they don't pay, you can always foreclose on it if you want
And that's where we might have to
to. And
go.
then you sell the property. You get your bill, your legal expenses paid, and then the balance goes to the homeowner. That means they gotta move out, but. obviously
Right.
Makes there an eviction, maybe.
You do want.
And we don't want to do that.
You do want, it sends a message.
Well, I know 2 of the ones are renters, so,
But the
and the other
homeowner,
one's empty.
the homeowner's ultimately responsible,
Right.
so.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying, right?
Because even if the renters would move out, the homeowner's still responsible
Right.
for that bill.
Yeah, the bill goes to the homeowner.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it for a bill that's only a couple $100. I would, if it's $3,000, $4,000, and the property's worth, I mean, you sell it as sheriff's sale, 2/3 the price, 2/3 the value. So, as long as you get a bid for 2/3 the value, it pays yours and pays any other liens on there. You're send a message.
If you're gonna do that, the thing, do the research and see if there's somebody else has a lien on it,
Right.
then you go together and split the cost.
If they're being paid though, they're not gonna split the cost with you.
That makes sense. reasonable for them to go on a payment plan, to do that, and like you said, the ones that owe a lot, that,
They're just not paying at all. There's a few of them that aren't paying
and
at
I
all.
take the ones to court that are not paying at all.
If they're not gonna
So
pay
then do we-
47, they're not gonna pay 547.
So then do we put a limit, like, if it's above this amount, you do something, do the, and if it's below this amount, then give the letter?
You have regulations, you can't like just pull numbers out of the air.
What's that?
How's that work?
Okay, so then how does that work?
I mean, you got your sewer regulations tell you when you have, you know, you can't just bring a number in without it being run through the regulations, right?
I guess it's part of the conversation, I don't know what you mean.
Okay, she's saying like if they owe $300, that's when we decide we're gonna shut them off. But if it's not in the sewer regs, you can't just pull a number out of the sky.
And that whole ordinance needs reworked.
No, I meant for like the payment plan, like the cap. for
We
that.
can't
Yeah,
even,
the cap for the payment.
evidently, we can't raise the rates unless we amend the ordinance, right?
You'd have to pass a, shouldn't, rates.
I thought the ordinance, it was supposed to have been raised so much every year,
Yes.
and it never got done.
Well, it wasn't in the ordinance, so it's 3% a year. Okay, here's $2,700.
We don't even know names.
Yeah,
It's public record, so.
yeah. Here's $2,010. Here's $1,887. I don't know if this has been paid. Yeah, it's been paid. That was $300 paid last week. $200 paid last week. Here's $1,200. So that person's like 12. That person's $3,500.
One person owes $3,500?
yeah.
Two.
Two properties.
Oh, okay.
That's, you know, it's not like everybody in town's not paying. It's just a few. And like I said, one of them's a business. And I will go to the health department, and I think, by law, they have to have a restroom for their employees.
Well, when they have 4 people there all day long, I'm pretty sure they're hooked up.
And they're serving, I don't know if they're serving food or snacks or whatever,
I don't know if they are anymore or not.
minnows.
Well,
You
they
know.
still have a place to wash their hands.
Yeah. Well, they got that spring in there. Where's it go though? You can't dump your sewage on other people's, now. Our ordinance, state law says they have to hook in. I've been through this, I know. Pretty sure I know what the rules are. But that sewer ordinance needs completely revamped. There's stuff in there that doesn't even make sense. And some of it we don't even probably need now, cause, the assessment language, that's over with.
Yeah.
2017 was the last of that, so. But I would like Dave to send Holly Curry a letter saying she has to, get hooked up to the village sewer. I think she's the only one in town that isn't hooked up, or says she isn't hooked up. So I don't know. I think it's there,
I'm pretty
but
sure she's hooked up.
they got a bunch of trash out back. You can't
You can't
even.
see.
Because when Kurt owned it, I remember that line going up the side and then going into the building.
Is there a way to check it?
And I can't see Chris, the engineer, letting it one person slide.
Yeah,
I can't see
especially a
that,
business.
you know.
Well, the
Especially
red
a business.
the red line drawing shows it's there. He drew them on the print after the work was done. So
Because when Kurt owned it, I remember him saying there was no way because the bathroom was in the middle, so he was just going to make a toilet over along the wall.
Good.
I remember him talking about that.
Hmm.
Is he still around?
Kurt is in Ashland. I can ask him next time I see him.
Yeah.
I'll see him this week probably.
Find out.
Might be
Let me know.
helpful.
I'll find
And that
out
would be
if there's a toilet in there or not.
That would be good.
Cause I'm
I
pretty
can't-
sure,
It stinks so bad in there, I can't go in.
I've never been in there.
I tried.
I like Holly, but she needs to pay her bills.
I don't know them, I've
I
never
like
even,
her as a person.
Yeah, I don't have any problem
I
with
only
that,
know a
but
couple of neighbors.
As long as they don't start playing that loud music, it has all those words in it again.
if the music's too loud, you're too old, Colby.
No. When I got great granddaughters on the front porch and F-bombs flying across the roof, that's too much.
That's right.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
So Deb, this motion that I wrote, putting it on the taxes, that's dead now?
Well, I
No,
said-
that's what happens, regardless.
I don't think you need that.
We already
don't
do
need
that.
That happens.
We already do that.
Alright.
Do you guys want Tim to do this 1/6 deal?
well, tell them thousands of dollars, 1/6, they won't be able to afford to
That's
work.
what I said, the ones that are $1,000, how can we just take them to court?
And we can. We can be selective about it.
Well, yeah, that's why I said we need to come up with a
But
cap.
didn't you say that that's not, we can't just pull money and a price?
No, if they owe that much, you can
Oh,
take that
okay.
to court. No.
Okay.
Right, but what I'm saying is we need to come up with a cap, like a realistic cap, like, okay, anybody who's under $1,000 or something like that.
I don't think that's
know.
council.
2 months payment.
That's a long
Huh?
job.
2 months payment if you ask me.
That's not council.
Is that you?
That's
Oh,
the village administrator. Not
Oh.
just me, it's a village administrator.
oh, okay, I was confused, sorry. So it's up to him to make a cap, okay,
It's
got
a
it.
village administrator. I'm not, don't take this wrong, but I'm the one that's supposed to recommend the increase rate. But the thing I got is if you're gonna put that, try to catch up with the billing, and then we increase on top of that, which we're gonna have to increase it probably as soon as, I'm waiting on RCAP to come in and help us out here, so they'll figure out if our rates are right, and they can go over our budget and everything, and get us a more, they know more than what,
So do we need to table that part? Can we still go after the ones that owe?
no, you can do, as
Take the
far
ones
as
that
that, you
court
could do,
can
yeah.
that.
Well, it just, like I said, it should just basically state 1/6 of this every month on top of your current bill. Hello? On top of your current bill. So whether the rates go up or not, like the 1/6 portion
Right,
stays
I
the
understand
same.
that, but I'm
It's probably
trying to
bonds.
figure out who we can take to court.
Oh,
The people haven't paid, period,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, there we go.
So that's where it's gonna cost us money to go to court.
But if you get your, $3,000 and $2,000,
It might
But
take
you
that
could
to scare them.
Maybe not get that for 20 years also.
I
Well, it
don't know,
would-
I don't know how that.
I don't know
Yeah,
about you,
take
but
a
it'd make
chance
me wanna
somewhere.
come in and
What's
say,
that?
can we work this
Yes.
out?
yeah, I mean,
Taking the
one
court to
last
get a lien,
try, I
you don't get
guess.
anything until
It
they
would
sell
make
it.
me wanna go,
Well,
okay, I can do that.
If it's worth the
I can do
amount, you can
5,000 or
foreclose on their
500
property.
instead of 3,000 a business.
If
You
it's
sell
worth
the
what?
property, money.
If it's what?
If it's 3,200, whatever it is, 3,500, if you're gonna go to the extent and get a judgment, put a lien on the property, some letter, say, here's the deal. If they don't respond, then you start the foreclosure process, as long as there's not a bunch of other liens on the property. You do the sheriff's sale the property, and then you're paid in full, and somebody else owns the property, hopefully somebody more responsible than
Right.
it's already there.
And then the ones that rent, they're gonna have their landlord on their butt because they're gonna have to pay or they're gonna lose their
Right.
property.
You would
Somebody
hope
thinks that
so.
they're gonna lose their property over $3,000.
The one
The
percent,
$500 one is two different properties. Is that-
Put a lien, well, you have to get a judgment.
yeah, we'd have to split that one up, but that's,
Well, no, it's the same owner, you just get a judgment against one person.
Yeah.
And when you file the certificate of judgment, it goes on all their properties.
okay.
All right, Dave. Here's a couple names. Ellis, 153 Georgia Street. You want the amount or you don't need it?
And this is the complaint?
Yeah,
What's
this
the first name?
Rachel.
Okay. And, yeah, I need the amount.
It's as of February is 2704. You'll probably need to get with Amy because it's either more or less now. Tim said he thought she paid something, but
Okay.
Goodwill, 59 Main Street, 2010, and there again, you had to,
2010,
yeah, you had to get with Amy.
what's the first name?
Ronald
But it's in all
and
their
others
names. And
at Dell.
others.
Goober.
Huh?
Goober.
I didn't know his name was Ron, I seen him at the doctor's office the other day.
Osbin, Tim,
What is it?
Tim Osbin, Osbun, 39 Main Street,
Remember back in the day, we
1887.
called him King.
Sorry.
It was after he got with Robin that he
1887.
turned into chemo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Remember?
Thinking of Goober.
Do any of these people work, does Osmond work?
I think he just sold a house in town not that long ago. Alright. Curry, Holly Curry. One for $12.92. Oh, okay. She's only got two. And one for $8.89. So that's, I'm sure that's went up another $100 for this month. That's the mains. I think everybody else is close. I don't know. So what do we got there? $5,000?
So really, council don't need
27,
any of
47,
this. Tim.
65, 86, roughly.
Hey, Tim, if they abandon that plant, could the village sell like the generators to some place
I would, yeah,
and recoup some of that stuff?
pretty much what they said.
So if you send them letters,
Put it on now.
just say, I don't know, you say whatever you do, whatever it is.
Well, he knows.
Alright,
Okay, now,
It-
so Curry's,
huh?
Curry,
Osborne
Ellis,
and Osborne
and Oz.
and Goodwill. That's 4 mains. There's some $50 and $100 ones, but Amy's working on those too, so. And 4 or 5 people paid since last month, so. Alright.
So, Dave's sending letters to say like, this is your last chance?
Yeah.
It'll just be a collection letter.
Okay.
I know Amy's on the little ones because I got a notice, gonna get charged $5 because I was late and the check had already cleared the bank.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well-
If I even don't get it over here in the mailbox someday, I put that $5 back.
Alright,
Yeah.
any other old business?
Computers. Where we
Bought
stand.
one.
Awesome. How about Jerry?
Had to do it from Amazon. Went to
Amerdine.
Amerdine. It was more than what was budgeted,
And
by
that was just a
$150
start.
for basically the same as what I got off Amazon. So, but we have one. I've already started putting some stuff on it. Those red line drawings, if you need them, I got them. I'm gonna put the blueprints of the that you have up there. We'll get them on there. Council meetings, everything like that will be on there. So,
But Jerry, did he get a new?
Jerry, did you get a computer yet?
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to do that with Amy. Can I go charge it? Do I have to pay
Just
it
yeah,
back? And if I do that, then we're paying tax?
Yeah,
So that was my issue.
yeah.
Because if we have tax exempt from Amy, I can buy it without the tax.
Yeah. I have to ask her.
But she's not here, so
Yeah.
that was my holdup.
All right. I just paid the tax. It was still $150 cheaper than at Armordine. But he would've took the commercials off, whatever, and stuff like that. And probably if we needed service down the road, he could do it,
So
but
you just bought one over there,
yeah, I bought one off Amazon.
off of Amazon? Okay.
Yeah, same one he recommended,
Okay.
but
Less money.
150 cheaper. So I don't know.
Did you buy a laptop or a desktop?
Laptop,
Okay.
a Dell, Inspiron, I think 15 or 16. All right, new business. Or any other old business? No. New business. I don't have my sheet with me, so I don't know. Yes, sir.
You should have spoken first.
Yeah.
Kurt, you're up if you
Howdy.
want to talk.
Has everybody gotten some of this
Yes.
stuff? Alright, well, you're gonna probably get 3 more this week, so if you
No,
want
I got-
some more,
I
I'd be
got
welcome
3
to
today.
share the wealth a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
4.
My mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Just pass them down.
Kurt, is there
I'll
anybody
love
running against you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I see only your name
No,
everywhere.
I see
Oh, no,
Enderby.
It
Enderby
depends
is
on which
all over the
street
place.
you're on, there's solid one.
yep.
Going
No, we got 3 in
Sure?
mail today.
If you go down Old
We
30,
had a
going
debate
towards
at
the
the Three Score
the
Ten
school,
banquet the
it's
other
all
night.
Chad Enderby.
Oh.
All of it.
Oh, yeah?
I noticed in town that his name's like everywhere.
By the way, I
Well,
stopped
most
for
of
you at
you
that
know
dinner.
me, and some may not, but I'm Kurt Schneider, running for sheriff, and I think my message is very clear. If you haven't already seen it 1,000 times, you'll probably see it 1,003 or 4 by the end of the week, and it's to uphold and defend our Constitution at all costs. And keep our family safe. Our sheriff's office has been a beacon of trust in this county for decades. We've had great sheriffs. We've always built upon the foundation of the pillars of safety in the county with our sheriffs, and we're going to continue to do that under my watch. I was at the sheriff's office for 13 years, had 26 years in public safety, done it all. Firemen, police, EMS, just can't get enough of helping folks out. And, I started right out of high school. And part of my career, obviously, was doing this stuff around the state of Ohio, chasing arsonists and counterterrorism when I was a state fire marshal. And when you see the death and destruction that I have, thousands of fires, hundreds of bodies, you do everything you can to preserve and protect life, everything. And your quest for knowledge never stops. So, I've sucked as much knowledge as I could out of our current sheriff, from Sheriff Overholt, from Kenny when he was still alive smoking cigars coming through the car. And, you just can't get enough of the knowledge to keep understanding what the sheriff's office really stands for our county and what it means for our people. And we are that check and balance. We are sometimes the first line and the last line of defense to some of this nonsense happening around the country. Folks coming into our communities telling us how to keep our people safe, and they think they have a better idea than what you folks do. And the sheriff works for you. He's not a bureaucrat. He doesn't answer to any other government officials in Columbus and Washington. He answers to you folks. And so together and collaboratively, we will make those decisions together to keep our families safe and keep these drugs and this human trafficking and all of this nonsense out of this county. And I've had the fortune and the honor of serving you for 13 years, and I'd be honored to serve you for another however many times you keep me in office as your sheriff. So, I'd be happy to answer any questions or concerns or any clarification.
911.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, 911 system. We have a good 911 system in this county. Now, the transfers are the problem. And it is not just a city problem. Who goes to Ashland? All of you. Eat, drink,
Yeah.
smoke, whatever. You go there, you visit, you shop, you go to the gas station, you visit friends, your family. The problem is that 8 years ago we had this mess happen. I would equate that to a couple 5-year-olds fighting in a sandbox. But at the end of the day, what happened was there was a decision made to move the city 911 calls over to Worcester, 30 miles away. And now we have inherent delays built into the system. They're inherent. You cannot flip a switch. They do not go away by just saying, hey, Sheriff, you can do this. That's not the way it works. I've been studying it since it left. So, you know, if you're calling for help, you gotta give them an address, a phone number, and then you get told, we're gonna transfer you over to Worcester, and it starts all over again. Well, my suggestion to you is consider this scenario, you're at home, you have a 9-year-old child, a grandchild, whatever, you fall down the steps and you can't call, but now this person has to on your behalf. Do you think that 9-year-old's gonna be able to do that twice and keep it together the whole time? Probably not. I know some adults that can't keep it together that long. So, we're gonna stop that, day one. And it will happen, I assure you that.
Is that a money issue?
Yeah. Some folks think, you know, listen, government tries things, right? We all have, hey, this is a great idea, perfect idea, we're gonna have all these things, we're gonna save all this money, it's gonna be better. Well, you know, they do it, and then all of a sudden you figure out it doesn't work very well. Well, this is one of them. If you all remember, you probably saw the literature today, the Sean Great thing in 2016. It took them 14 minutes to get this lady help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Crazy. And it's been happening. I've sat and watched and listened to these things in this room over the last several months. I personally went into that room and watched it and listened. And it is still happening. And not to that scale, but listen, seconds count. I have been kicked these doors in, and I have walked in and seen people take their last breaths and die. Well, not gonna see it. Not gonna happen on my watch. I just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna have to stand up in front of a bunch of folks and explain why we had those delay built into the system where it could have been corrected and watch somebody's family member die. Wrong. So, that's my stance on the 911 system. It's a very important part of the community. It is a county 911 system, not just a city or a village or a township, and we will all be meeting regularly. Very regularly. And we will be talking about it as a group to make sure that it's the best call for help system that you can have.
And it should be.
Absolutely. It is the person's first call for help, and it should be handled fast, swift, and effective so that you get the help right now, and then all this other information exchange is dialogue, which is paramount to any successful relationship. So, you know, we're going to keep moving things along in that direction. So other than that, I mean, you know, we're going to work on a few other things there. We're going to keep our jail at the top notch. It has been. It's second to none in the state of Ohio. And, you know, learning the jail, working in the jail myself, I know exactly why that happens and how it's done. I don't need a learning curve day one. I've worked every post in that building, so we have a great office there, and we're going to continue to keep building on that. It's the pillar of law enforcement in the county. So that's my Reader's Digest version.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Phone number, personal cell phone numbers on their email. Listen, I've taken calls at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I take them at 4:30 in the morning. So if you have anything you want to talk to me about, or any concerns or any clarifications, but I humbly ask for your vote on the 19th or before. I'm having a little barbecue this weekend down at the corner park, so hot dogs and chips and refreshments. And if you want to come vote early still, that's the last day. You can grab a hot dog and go across the street, cast your vote.
You got a big tent?
We're gonna have a pop-up, one of those little easy up things, and a couple of coolers there with some refreshments and stuff in it, and chips and hot dogs, so.
Awesome.
It's your last day to vote early, Sunday's the last day.
Well, I won't call you in the middle of the night, but there are 3 main streets in Ashland, Ohio.
I know.
That's,
One here, one at Bailey Lakes, and one in the city.
yeah, well,
Well, there's
we
more
know
than that,
that.
actually.
We know.
No, just the Ashland address.
Oh,
Mhm,
44805.
mhm.
Yeah, because we know the hams from
Mhm.
Savannah well, because we have to exchange mail all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so,
Apparently
you know, it's
you said
important,
Maine
you know,
and
when,
Ashland.
when people, and not that this would happen too much in the city, but it could, you know, because don't forget, you're calling 911 in the city, and your emergency could be in the county.
Yeah.
You could be getting a text message from whoever, hey, I got a fire at my dad's house, and nobody knows what to do, and they're calling you, and then you're calling. Well, guess what? If it's in the city, it's going over there. Well, who the heck over there in Worcester knows where Monastery Road is, or Honey Creek Road, or Studebaker Hill, or where the Pink
Yeah.
Pig is?
Yeah.
I mean, no kidding. I mean, you know, we've had those calls.
The pig moved.
I know,
Yeah,
it's not there.
just
And the rooster lost its tail.
I saw that too, just today. So,
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
well, I
Thanks
appreciate
so
your time.
much
Thanks
for
for giving me
coming.
just a few minutes of your meeting time, and I'll let you get back to business. But certainly, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Sorry you had
All
to
right.
listen to us go in circles.
No, that's all right. You learn stuff new every day. It never stops.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Have a wonderful day.
Yep, thank you.
Night.
Yep, have a good one.
Come on.
Anything else?
Negative.
Motion to adjourn.
Nope, we forgot to ask.
Oh, what?
Mark made a comment,
Oh, okay.
so that was it.
You're good, you're good.
I'm never good.
He's
Right.
never good.
Motion.
You're calling, getting mosquito spray
Yes.
started? Okay.
Oh, can I make a comment about that?
Yes.
Does he need to drive so fast when he does this?
That's what
I will
said.
mention.
I was like, well, I thought you get more of the medicine or whatever you wanna call it if you drive a little slower. I was like, was he late, you gotta get home or what?
I literally
You
said
would
last month.
Think
he
you would
drives
go
like
slower at the bottom of the
gallon
hill
gas.
anyway.
Well, that's what I'm thinking,
Right.
Yeah, especially whenever.
I was like, okay, he's coming in,
Late.
I need to hurry up and get in the house, too late.
He comes in P90.
Weasel, you don't have to. It's supposedly organic and won't hurt
Well, I
anything.
know, but you know what I'm saying, I'd rather not, but I was like, I think it would get more of a benefit.
See if he'll
you
hit
go
all the
slower.
alleys too, Deb. Cause he doesn't. He hasn't.
I think that's
Makes a
right.
loop
I
through
was that's
town,
worried about
doesn't it?
getting the animals.
But
in.
it's
I
the
think
side
that's where
streets,
they're
it's
gonna
not-
sterilize
He
it.
flies through like he's
But I don't
I
know.
think it would get benefit if he'd go a
I
little
don't know.
slower.
Yeah, I know he used to, we never seen him, so.
Where you at on there?
I just have another note to make that Deb's gonna,
Not yet.
by, if you're ready
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to
Where-
adjourn.
Motion.
And you already made the motion.
They supposed to just second it.
Bye, Greg.
Roll call.
For $200 some odd
Yeah.
dollars, I would think so.
I mean, I don't know, is that, I mean,
Is that part of the contract? you
I've
remember,
never,
Alan?
he is, not that I've ever seen.
I've
him
never
do
seen the
all-
contract.
He didn't do all 50, I'm
Hey,
not
Well, we
sure.
don't, we don't vote on it
Okay,
until
Rob?
we get the
Yes.
contract.
As far
Pam,
as I know, he
Yeah.
was behind the house and right on
Deb?
603.
Mhm.
Angie,
Yes.
Years
get the
ago.
other
Me,
we
yes.
used to.
have they ever seen go back to Northford or not, you know?
Well, he goes up, yeah,
Does he?
he goes up
doesn't
North
even
Road
do
and he comes down and he turns down the
Okay,
alley,
Dave.
but he's not shooting the stuff. He goes down and then he comes back up the alley squirting it, then turns, comes by your bar.
I mean, you can smell it, I know, because I mean, it gets there, so.
Well, he
When
comes
he
down
does.
the alley behind Deb and Mark's
They're
house,
still not.
and he'll go right down onto Main Street, like doesn't even come through the parking lot, and go through the other driveway, he just goes right next to your house, and I'm like, hey.
I don't know if he'd have
We
to
got
do every, I don't
skeeters
know, I
here
don't know. how it
too.
works.
That's not an alley or
Yeah.
something.
Alleys.
Yeah.
something else figuring this
But it
out.
just, he flies through so quickly.
It's not.
He goes so fast, we never seen him.
That's right.
He goes so fast, we never seen him.
I see him when he stops to like,
No, we're never home on Wednesday.
stop it, Mark.
Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Wednesday at 10.
Yeah, we're welcome.
That's when they spray.
Oh, PM.
Wednesday at 10, because I used to make sure my dogs went out before 10 on Wednesdays. Sorry.
I guess I'm not going down this evening.
I'm sure it's not supposed to hurt you, so.
I would think.
See y'all later.
I'm gonna-
Bye-bye.
Get a hold of her and see if she needs.
No, I'm not gonna bother her.
Okay.
Gary.
Oh, man. And I'm sitting here the whole time with a cell phone.
Huh?
His was going off. too.
Mine was going
That
off.
was the old
I
one.
think that was Mom's trying to call me.
Well, she's got one of our friends from camp there. They might have needed to get a hold of her to drive to Sugar Creek.
Hey, who needs a key better get one? I don't know who
Oh.
needs that key, so I forgot to.
You got it?
No, Ray, or Jerry has them.
Okay.
That's what Ray said that I had them. I said, no, I give them, the police takes care of that.
Set up a day to those guys for Kyle to figure out what he's gonna do.
Okay. You talked to him?
He said he's committed to doing the sewer plant. I said, you have to do this. If it's emergency something, I can do it or Tim can do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not, yeah.
Right.
But I'm not gonna do it every week
No,
for him.
I said you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, there's no set time, but it's gotta be done. He said, okay. I said, in the summertime, when you do it, you can mow and weed eat while you're up there.
Well, I'll know it's you. I went through the police academy